Hello, hello. Glad you could join me on this rainy day in Chesapeake, Virginia. My name is Colleen Magness, and you can find me at creatingwithcolleen.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator on the East Coast in Virginia, and I come to you live every Wednesday at noon to share some creativity with you. So basically, I will teach you what to do. I may teach you what not to do, but I always promise to teach you something. So as I said, this is my life, and I will give everybody just a minute to come on. But today, I just wanted to share this wonderful Tulip Fields bundle with you once again. So in Virginia, you know, I never understood how somebody can complain about the weather in Virginia because we literally have every season within a year. Saturday, it was in the 70s. Sunday, we got to see snow. And the reason I say we got to see snow is because on the East Coast, it rarely sticks. And that makes me so sad because I love snow. And then today, of course, it's rainy and cold, which again, I don't mind because I can stay in the stamp room and have a good time and play with my new products. So it'll probably be 70 again by Sunday. But you know, you can't complain because we get it all. So as I said, today I want to share this card with you. This is a seam binding card, and you can also make it into a gift card holder. And I will show you that when we create. Now last week, we had the new mini catalog that was out, and I couldn't show you the inside because it wasn't starting until January 4th. Well, that has passed, and I can open this catalog up and show you some beautiful products that are in here. So with this catalog, again, lots of new products. They are actually going to be in until June. So we have a long time with these awesome products. And I have been in one swap and I'll be in another swap. So we will actually do a catalog tour in the next week or two. And I'll show you this. Plus we have a new celebration catalog where you can earn free product with every $50 purchase. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in the end of the video too. So Barb just popped on. She's a very dear friend who stamps with me, and she did bring snow. Yes, she went to, I believe it was Michigan. Correct me if I'm wrong, Barb. And I asked her, I said, would you please bring some snow home? And doggone if she didn't. We got that snow just a couple days ago. So next time, Barb, bring enough so that it sticks. I want to go out in the yard and play with my grandbabies in the snow. So hello, Tracy. Happy New Year. Yes, I had it right. It was Michigan. So I'm originally from Chicago, so I'm not afraid of the cold. In fact, I actually need all 4 seasons, to be very honest with you, to have the year complete. So I'm still praying for snow. Here we typically get it in February. So as I was saying, I am featuring this beautiful suite. Now, it is shown on page 14 and 15 of our catalog, and we have lots of beautiful samples. And then here, these are the products. So I'll review the products with you, but the two go hand in hand. I find when I am creating with the Tulip Fields windmill bundle, which I absolutely love, I love the words that coordinate it with the flowering tulip. So to me, they complement each other very, very well. So just as a review, because I showed you how to make one of the cards last week, basically we have the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper, which is gorgeous. Stampin' Up! To me has just really stepped up their game the last couple years, and all of their colors are gorgeous. I don't know who's creating this, but they're doing a fine job. So you have the tulips on one side, and then beautiful designs on the back, just like a mat of colors, and that really helps you in creating. I'm going to share that with you today. This one is gorgeous. I'm using this one today, and actually I'm using the back side. So we have the greens and the blues. Here you have a bunch of beautiful tulips. If we're not careful, they'll be blooming here in a week or two because our poor plants are so confused on the coast. And here you have the clouds. I use that a lot. Hey, Sandy, I'm glad you could join me. It's another dear friend. Here are some more clouds, which are great. Love this pattern. Love this. I don't have a green thumb for the yard, so I'm just going to live it through this designer paper. And then, of course, these colors are great, too. So the other nice thing about Stampin' Up! Is, again, they coordinate the colors for me. And I am so thankful for that because I am color challenged. So on the back of your designer paper, it will tell you what goes with this. We have Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, Mango Melody, Pear Pizzazz, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, Rich Razzleberry, Soft Succulent, and So Saffron. So I don't have to do any thinking when it comes to this designer paper. I pretty much pull my colors from that, and then I go from there. They have these brushed brass butterflies. This is part of the suite. And with these, they're great because they're very thin. So they're not going to add any weight or texture to your card. The Flowering Tulips bundle, which I am not using today, but I'm using the words. I'm going to be coming to you within the next couple weeks on this because this bundle makes 3D tulips. And I've been doing a little research on them, and there are ways to color them, different mediums that you can cut them from. But I want to be able to present that to you all together because this is an awesome bundle. So this is the Flowering Tulips. You get it 10% off if you purchase the stamp set and the dies together. And these are the stamped images that you can cut with the dies. And then of course, these parts here make those awesome tulips, which will be coming to you soon. Now this is a card that I shared last week. And again, it was fun because this windmill, the dies do all the work. I just thought it was like I love this card. I love the windmill, and all I had to do was crank it through a die cutting machine, and all the work was done for me. So this is what I'm going to be using. Again, both stamp sets today. And so here we have the Tulip Fields, and then these are the dies that you can get. This again, 10% off as a bundle. So we have the stamped images that you can cut with the dies, and then of course the standalones, and then this makes your awesome windmill. So hey, Doris. Oh, Doris is in snowy Wisconsin. All right, Doris, your turn to send me some snow. Absolutely love it. So this card here, again, the designer paper, I just think does the work. It helps people like me when we create. And let today be the start of something new. I think with a new year, it's a new beginning, but don't ever forget that every day is new. So if you've had a bad day the day before, things didn't go right, wake up the next morning and try again. Hopefully it will be better. And if you've had a good day, hopefully you'll get another one. So this is a card that I'm going to show you to make. And let me give you the dimensions now. Here I have a piece of Pear Pizzazz, and it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches long. And I scored it at 4 1/4 and 11 inches. So that's my first piece. Then you are going to need 2 pieces of the Evening Evergreen 4 by 4 inch piece squares. That gorgeous designer paper, Flowering Fields. You are going to use the smaller tulips, and this designer paper is actually 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 square. And I'm going to be pulling the 1/8 inch dimensions on you because I wanted a thinner outline on the card. Typically we'll do like a 1/4 inch difference, but sometimes just an 1/8 is enough to just offset whatever it is that you're putting on top of it. Next, you're going to need a piece of basic white, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. You will need a strip of 1 1/8 by 4 inch Evening Evergreen. And then on that, we have our designer paper, which will be 1 3/8. Let me put this down here. That will be 1 inch by 3 7/8, Flowering Fields. You're going to have stamped one of those cute little windmills in the Evening Evergreen, and you're going to take your die and cut it out. I did that to save a little bit of time. And then from our layering circle dies, you are going to have 2. You're going to have the solid circle that is 2 1/8, and then the scallop circle layering dies, which is 2 1/2. So those are your pieces. And my goal this year, I do have goals for the new year, is to this afternoon put this on my blog. Everything I do is Creating with Colleen, whether it's my blog, my YouTube channel. I want to put it on my blog, and I will put a picture of these measurements there. So my goal is to try to complete everything on my social media and just have a really strong year this year, reaching others to create. So Gwen is with us. She says the tulip is her favorite flower in that Sweet in the New Mini. It really is, Gwen. I was thinking that I would be showing different things today, but I'm focusing on this Sweet. And again, I'm going to start with the windmill and then be showing you how to put all those beautiful flowers together. So with this, we are going to take your base piece. And again, 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. And this typically, let me get my part here. When I do this, oh, don't have my bone. Here's my bone folder. And then you could fold this back to see where that is. And the reason that this is one of my favorite folds is because it's a standard size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but it gives me a symmetrical piece to start with. This square is 4 1/4 inches square. And I love that because to make a 4-inch card is okay, and it's smaller, but I like a standard card with my focal point to be here. And I'm gonna wait to tape this because I'm gonna show you how to make it into a gift card holder or just a standard card. So take one of your 4 by 4 inch pieces of Evening Evergreen designer paper, and we're going to take that solid cardstock. We're gonna take your designer paper, the Flowering Fields, and this is just going to get centered. And again, it's a small 1/8 inch edge, but I didn't want to take away from the designer paper. So I have this here. This, I'm going to go ahead and tape on the front of my card. So I'll just put that in the center. Now for the side here, I'm going to put these two together. And again, those are just the 2 strips. And this piece here, I loved the green that it had, the pear pizzazz and the balmy blue. This is on the piece of designer paper that is gorgeous. That actually has like the tulip field. So when I cut this, I've seen cards where like this is part of the card and all these tulips are coming up to the point here. I didn't cut from this top because I'm going to use this for another card. I cut from the bottom because it was a lot wider and I could still get the green and the blue together. So save this for another card and cut your strip from the bottom. You know, it's gorgeous paper and I have like multiple packs of it, and I'm still going to get as much mileage out of it as I can because it's gorgeous. And if you hear kids in the background, Tyler Joe must have just gotten home from preschool. Her family is living here with us, and I got to tell you, it's different having kids when you're my age than when we had our kids. It is good, but you find you're tired at the end of the night. Thankfully, they have parents to watch them. It could be worse. It could be just me. Okay, so on this piece here, I like to go this way so I can get even. This is just going along the bottom. So I just layered those two, and I tried a couple different things here. You could do, I could have done solid cardstock like a pear pizzazz and embossed it with a folder. Lots of different things, but I'm going to do something a little different. When I put this on here, it was so gorgeous and it just reminded me of a field in the sky that I left this one plain, but I'm going to show you what you can do here, something different. So for the center, I'm going to take my 2 1/8 inch circle and 2 1/2 inch scallop circle. And I'm going to take my paper Pearson mat because this is a photopolymer stamp, and photopolymer does not typically bend. If you have a nice flat table, you're in good shape, but if not, just put something firm and a little bit cushy underneath that. So I'm going to take this and just stamp, let today be the start of something new. So with that, goodness, I don't know if you can hear her. She is wound up. I might just have to stay up in the stamp room today and hide. No, she's a good girl. So right here I have the sentiment on my scallop circle. I lost my comments for a minute there. So Barb said she has a friend from Holland. Oh, Barb, this is going to be perfect. And with the beautiful cards you make, she is in for a treat. She's going to think this bundle was made just for her. So here I'm going to put on my dimensionals, and typically on a circle, I put a triangle on the back, and that gives me enough support all the way around. And keep in mind my tip, you never put something, stick it down until it's exactly where you want it. So this, I just slightly off-centered it, but I'm not going to push it down in case I want to move it. And then I'll take my little windmill. And when I do my windmill, I'll put 2 dimensionals on the back. And since this is already popped up, I'm not going to put any dimensionals on this side because they're already sticking up. But I will put the small one on the blades here on the right because I want those to have some support. So I'll just put one here and they just fit. So here we have, I'm just going to take these off. Notice I love to throw them on my floor. I promise if I ever stamped at your house, I wouldn't throw them on your floor, but that's how I know how productive I've been. So here, I'm just going to put my little windmill on. And again, I don't have anything here. I could have put tape if I wanted, but I think they'll hold just fine. And now that I have my windmill, I like to take that Wink of Stella. And the good thing about this is it is a classic ink. So I find it's going to not only add the sparkle, but since our classic ink is a water-based ink, it's going to pull in a little bit of that color. And then it's not so stark. Oh, I like that. So if you can see that, let me pull it up here. It's hard to see, I have a delay on my screen. But that, again, it just softens the inside and then my blades are the nice crisp white. So for the inside, you are going to take that basic white, 3 3/4, and your evening evergreen. And I am going to stamp on here. Always stamp first in case you have to flip it over. It's the beauty of having a second side. That's how I knew this was my craft. I get 2 chances at everything I stamp. So my Pure Pizzazz, I'm going to stamp a tree. And then I'm going to stamp 2 clouds. And instead of having them on a separate block, I just put them together on here. Get my 2 clouds at once, but they are separate stamps. So some balmy blue. And then I can write my sentiment inside. So this I will put my adhesive. Let's put this here so I can see it. Line this up. It's a little bit more of a border. You can see the difference. That's the 1/8 inch. That's the 1/4 inch. And then this is going to go on the inside. And you notice I don't have to put a ton of tape on the back here. Our stamp and seal is extremely, extremely strong. Sometimes I have to pop it back off, and if I put a lot of adhesive on there, I'm not going to be able to get it off, but it's always plenty to hold it for a lifetime. So that's my inside. Now here's where I was going to show you something different on the card. Again, I think this is beautiful. I could put it right on there. But in this suite, we also have the, let me find the side with English here. Evening Evergreen checked ribbon. This is actually called, let me give you the right name, window pane ribbon. So to kind of bring in this Evening Evergreen here, I'm going to show you how to put this together differently. So to measure it, I'm just going to make sure I have enough to tuck inside. And since this part's closed, I can open it. And the reason I do my bows this way instead of wrapping it around and tying it is 1, to get the right tension, because I can never get that with a bow. And 2, you're actually saving a lot of your ribbon because you don't see what's inside here. So I can go ahead and get ready to tape this. But what I'll do, I'll put this part here, wrap it around. So I have this part. So I call this a faux bow. It's like a fake bow, but that sounds like you're cheating. So we call it a faux bow. So I put those 2 here. And then for here, I am going to push this down and all that is adhered. Then I'm just going to take this, slide it under. You can leave it on your spool, or sometimes I find like a 4-inch piece is a good length to tie your little faux bow. Don't go shorter than that because you make yourself crazy trying to get your fingers all up in there. Go a little bit shorter. Okay. So here you have one look that can highlight the ribbon, and you open it. So that is a true seam binding card. But what I did on this one, I used a different adhesive so I could actually show you, because I can pop it over, open easier. I didn't put much. Here I just taped here and here, which now I'll use my stamp and seal to make sure it sticks. I just wanted to show you that. If you only put it on the top and bottom and close it that way, then you can actually take a gift card and slide it in there. And then you have a card that you can send to someone. You can go that way or this way, but I find you have more space to go this way. Plus you see more of your card. So to just complete my card, I'm going to take some of those beautiful little brushed brass butterflies. I have to say that slowly. And I could put one here. Can you believe I've already gone through a whole pack of these? They were gorgeous. But again, I love them because it's a beautiful embellishment, but it does not take up a lot of space in the card. It's not going to add weight. It's not going to do anything. So you get 80 of these. You get 4 of each size. And that right there is another card created with the tulip fields. So last week, as I said, I kind of showcased the windmill. This week I could go ahead and showcase the stamps. But I do love this set. And I have a lot more coming in. I placed a good order on January 4th, but I wanted this first so I can go ahead and get started creating with it. So let me tell you again, the mini catalog is live. You can go ahead and place your orders now. So this is going to be a great catalog with us through June. And if you're ordering this month and your order is less than $150, please use my host code here, and I'll be sure to send you a thank you card. Who knows, it may be one of these. So I have this catalog, but it is also Celebration. So with Celebration, this will last for 2 months, January and February. And again, I get to show you this. So in the future, I'm going to do that catalog walkthrough because I'll actually have all the products, I'm sure, to show you. But here, with every $50 that you spend, you can select any of these items. It's a $50 merchandise. So that is great because we all love free product, myself included. So as you go through the back, you can see there's lots of designer papers, stamp sets. Then you have on page 12 the Friendly Hello stamp set. This is if you place a $100 order because you are actually going to get the awesome designer paper and the stamp set to go with it. And what's really fun, I don't know if you know this, but these flowers, let me bring it up here. These flowers here can be stamped on the designer paper. So you can actually make an outline over the designer paper. Very, very fun. And then if you turn the back, we have, I know we have one more because I got it. Love this one here called Special Moments. Lots of great sentiments. And if you place a $300 order, if you just say, okay, let me get everything I want from the mini catalog at one time, then you can get the Calming Camellia stamp set for free. That's with the $300 order, whether it's your order or you collect orders from your friends. And don't forget, if you buy Stampin' Up! Product as fast as I do, it's always great to join Stampin' Up! So our special for Celebration is, the regular special is with the starter kit, $125 in product. You only pay $99 and the shipping is free. But then you can pick any 2 stamp sets, not from Celebration, but from the annual catalog or the mini catalog. You can pick any 2 stamp sets for free. So Stampin' Up! Is all about saving. They are all about creating. And I have a wonderful Stampin' family, girls that have joined up under me, and we have a lot of fun together. So if you have any questions about anything you've seen today, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed your lunch. I actually had a pretty big breakfast, but I'm hungry, so it actually sounds quiet downstairs. I'll venture down, and if not, at least I'll get to see the kiddos. But let me know if you have any questions. If you need to shop, You can go to my blog, creatingwithcolleen.com. I have a Shop Now button and a Join Now button, and I give you all this information in my newsletters. So if you don't currently receive my newsletter, again, please go to creatingwithcolleen.com, select that you want my newsletter, and I will keep you informed of all specials and everything creating. So thank you so much for being here. I am going to take advantage of this rainy day and stay up here and stamp. Tomorrow I will run errands. So thanks again for joining me, and I love your support, and I just wish you all a blessed day. Take care now. Bye-bye.